In this video, you will learn an easy-to-use alternative to Elliott wave theory, one of the most frequent and reliable trade setups in Goodman wave theory, and resources for learning more about Goodman wave theory. The Propagation Trade Setup, PTS, is an excellent way to learn Goodman wave theory. It is an easy-to-use and a common setup. The PTS applies one of the primary Goodman principles, propagation. After you learn the basic propagation trade setup, you can easily add the other two primary principles, 3C and intersection, as overlays to more accurately qualify a trade setup. The propagation trade setup works on any time frame. We use it mostly on 15-minute and 1-hour charts, but it applies to 1-minute and 1-day charts just as well. It works equally well as a buying or as a selling signal. The propagation trade setup also works for equities and commodities, but not quite as well as it does on currencies. The higher the leverage of the market, the better it works. A typical propagation trade setup takes from 6 to 10 bars to completely form and to generate a buy or sell signal. Stage 1. Locate a relatively long price swing, up or down, with no more than 2 major counter swings. This is the Jumbo First Primary Swing, or Jumbo FPS. For this example, I am using a down jumbo swing from the Euro-Japanese Yen 1-hour chart to generate a buy PTS. An upswing generates a sell PTS. Track the swing until the end point, EP, stops changing and prices stop falling. Stage 2. Watch for a swing in the opposite direction of the Jumbo FPS. This is the Bounce FPS. The Bounce FPS should be relatively short compared to the Jumbo FPS, less than 20% of the Jumbo value. Stage 3. Watch for a swing back in the direction of the Jumbo FPS. This is the Bounce Secondary Swing, or Bounce SS. The Bounce Secondary Swing should end near the 50% retracement of the Bounce FPS. It must not go past the Jumbo FPS endpoint, or the formation is failed and you will need to redraw the Jumbo FPS and return to Stage 2. Stage 4. Watch for another swing in the opposite direction of the Jumbo FPS. This is the Bounce Second Primary Swing, or Bounce SPS. The Bounce Second Primary Swing should be approximately the length of the Bounce First Primary Swing. In Goodman wave theory, the 3 bounce swings, FPS, SS, and SPS, form a matrix. In Goodman, every matrix becomes an FPS for a larger matrix. This is called propagation. Matrices propagate into larger and larger matrices. Small matrices are said to be nested in larger matrices. The Bounce FPS, SS, SPS now become a propagation first primary swing. Stage 5. Watch for a propagation secondary swing, or SS. This swing should end at approximately the 50% retracement of the propagation FPS. The market is now in the zone, and a propagation trade setup has formed. You are now looking for a propagation SPS to form. That will be our trade. For the basic propagation trade setup, the zone is a propagation secondary swing, which is more than 30% below the high price of the propagation FPS and well above the low price of the propagation FPS. Move to a lower time frame chart. If you are watching a 1-day chart, go to a 3-hour or 4-hour chart. If you are watching a 1-hour, go to a 15-minute. If you are watching a 15-minute, go to a 5-minute or a 1-minute. Step 6. On the lower time frame, watch for a dagger FPS, SS, SPS matrix to form. A propagation trade setup buy signal is generated when the dagger SPS crosses the endpoint of the dagger FPS. The price must not have fallen out of the zone at any time for the buy signal to be valid. Your basic take profit objective is the price where the propagation secondary swing is approximately the same length as the propagation primary swing. Your stop loss may go under the bounce SPS low or under the jumbo EP, depending on your money management parameters. Please notice, the propagation trade setup is composed of 3 nested matrices, or 1, 2, 3s: the bounce matrix, the propagation matrix, and the dagger matrix. The PTS trade is for the propagation SPS, the third swing of the propagation matrix. Here is another example of a buy PTS. Here are 2 sell PTS formations on a single chart. In contrast to the Elliott wave method, the Goodman Wave Theory and its propagation trade setup provides investors a simplified methodology which is easier and quicker to use by eliminating cumbersome structures and overly complicated analysis. This video has presented the basic PTS. Part 2 will show you how to place specific price parameters at each stage. Part 3 will explain several overlay techniques you can use to increase your winning percentage and eliminate weak PTS formations. It will also demonstrate a money management technique for maximizing profits. The PTS trader provides stages, parameters, and overlays for a broad range of FX pairs and time frames. Information and subscriptions are available at www.goodmanworks.com. Viewers seeking a more detailed discussion may be interested in the book Getting Started in Currency Trading, 3rd edition, or in subscribing to the Goodman Works FX blog by the author. More information is available on the website.